Hey guys, welcome back to the $1 podcast. It's your girl P, and today I got the one and only Platinum Pussy in the building. Uh,
Hey.
hey, how you doing today?
I am fabulous. It's an amazing cold day in Baltimore.
Okay. See, it's kind of coolish hot. I'm in Houston, so. Oof. So, anyways, tell everybody who you are.
I am Carrie Anthony, also known as Platinum Puzzy. Been in the industry for 18 years as of January 2022. And I'm just out here peddling thigh highs and, smut.
Okay, yeah, so let's talk about your stockings. So what's the name of the brand of your stockings?
Well, it's not actually my stockings. I'm
Mhm.
just a third-party reseller. They're the Kixies
Okay.
brand. But I've been buying them for so long, and I've bought so many different pairs that I found a way to buy them just a little bit cheaper so that I can sell them. And it seems like my marketing to adult entertainers and exotic dancers and a lot of plus size women that have a hard time finding thigh high stockings that actually stay on your legs and are comfortable. Like, it's not even just that they stay up, but that they're comfortable and come in a variety of colors and patterns. So here
Yeah.
I am, helping their brand. But yeah, that's been my new thing since 2021.
Yeah, and they actually stick on these thick ass thighs of mine. I have a friend
Yes.
who had a pair, so I tried one on. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're really good. Cause you get these
Yeah, I
little
love
cheap ones,
them.
they won't stay up and they'll just kind of like roll down and so okay, so you've been in the industry almost 2 decades. So how was it then when you started versus now? Because I know a lot has changed.
Technology has definitely changed. When I first started, the internet was still in its infant phase. Social
Mhm.
media hadn't really been developed. People were still posting on bulletin boards. That's 2005. The internet was still very much, chat rooms were very popular.
Mhm.
Video chat hadn't really become as common as it is now. And so when I first started, I was very heavy into phone sex and like doing the whole night flirt thing.
Okay.
And back
I'm on night
then,
flirt.
oh yeah, I'm still on night flirt. I still make pretty decent money there.
Yeah.
Um, but back then the industry was girls fought to be on the cover of a DVD. Now DVDs are pretty obsolete. Everything has gone digital.
Hmm.
So it's definitely been a change. Although
All right. So you were saying that pretty much no more DVDs, everything's gone digital. So
sorry
when you
about that.
oh no, you're
Speaking of
good.
night
You're
speaking of night flirt, it was a night flirt call.
oh Lord. Well, you speak those things into existence, that starts
That's what she
happening.
just said. She was like, "You speak it into existence," and I'm like, "Really?" I had to turn my line off. So yeah. So yeah, DVDs are obsolete. Everything's gone digital. OnlyFans has definitely created a platform for independent artists and
Mhm.
creators to become independently wealthy,
Mhm.
to establish more than just an online presence, but a business. And I feel like if we take this, opportunity and really learn how to create a sustainable business, it can definitely be life changing for many people if they, know what to do with that information or what to do with that opportunity.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I've been in it. Well, I started off as a cam girl, which I still am a cam girl. That's what I call
Yeah,
myself.
me
Getting
too.
it three good 3 years ago, and it just it can be a full-time business, and I don't think I understood how much work that it took to go into it. So I don't think people understand, like, that aren't in this industry, that it's actual work, and you got to put
It
all
is.
this doing photo shoots. So how is that? Tell us how your scheduling is, because you have photo shoots, you have to shoot with other people, you have to just keep yourself rolling. So how does that work with you?
Well, you see, I'm in the car. My schedule is constantly busy. The one thing I can say is the key to my success is I wake up every day and I work like I'm in the negative. I work like I owe I owe the bank money. And with that mentality, if you put that type of effort into every day, as much as you possibly can, obviously you have to have self-care, take some time off and nurture your soul. But, if you get up every day and say, I'm going to work today like I owe the bank money, then you'll start to see that your habits reflect better productivity. You're going to see better results. And so for me, I feel like those efforts have paid off, because now I'm in a situation where I constantly, I'm camming, and I don't have a schedule for camming. I just kind of like, oh, I've got a couple extra hours today. Let me hop on cam. I do OnlyFans management for some, very popular porn stars that have, tens of thousands of fans. Okay. So they don't have time to answer their messages in their inbox. They don't have time to schedule their posts. They just basically are the content creator, and I help manage the back end so that they can stay in front of the camera. And so that is on my schedule. Selling the Kixies, working on the website, photo shoots, like I shoot twice a week at the studio. So yeah, my schedule is pretty much packed.
I see, but I'm sure that's all paid off for you. So what happens on those days where you wake up and you're just like, you're just not feeling it? How do you keep yourself motivated?
I very much get into watching TV. I have a show on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time called BoobTube. It's on Exotica.tv, and we talk about.
Get into that. So what is BoobTube?
BoobTube is it started in the beginning of the pandemic, when Exotica had to shut down their shows and needed something to keep them busy while they were in quarantine. So once I saw that they were announcing that they had these shows on Exotica.tv, I was like, I want a show, like, hello. So I messaged them and was like, how do we make this happen? And we came up with a plan, and next thing you know, BoobTube was born. And we just wanted to do something that was very light, very easy to talk about, especially since during that time, everyone was engrossed in Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. I mean, during quarantine, what else could you really do but watch TV, have sex, or work like us? Yeah. And so we decided to keep it really light and base it around movies that we weren't going to be able to see in the big theater and would have to watch on a streaming service, which has something that's definitely changed the way that we go to the movies and watching TV shows on Netflix and all that stuff. So that's how the show started. And we really enjoy, like, for me, it's a very big break from talking about adult stuff. I talk about adult business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week almost. Yeah. And so it's a great way to still be kind of in character, but more of a regular person versus that hypersexualized personality that, yes, I'm sexual, but, sometimes I'm a regular person that goes to the grocery store and does normal things. And the fans like knowing those kind of little details and stuff. I think they really get a kick out of it. Well, it's a lot easier to bond with someone on regular shit than it is with sexual stuff. Like, not saying that people don't bond with sexuality, but many people are not familiar, or they're not comfortable in their sexuality, or they're still exploring, or they're not comfortable speaking about sexuality. So even though, the sex stuff is still there, I can talk to you very easily about some, and not only that, but there's nothing taboo about talking about a show you saw on Netflix. Yeah. It's a very easy conversation to have, and it's something that, you can relate to a wider audience. So for me, I very much enjoy doing BoobTube. I'm glad we're almost at 2 years, which is, that's a long time for me. I get very distracted easily and get consumed with other projects. And then I'm like, oh, okay, that was fun. And then move on to something else. So the fact that we're still doing it and have intentions to keep doing it is exciting for me. Well, hey, that's way to go. So I really like that you
have been kind of the front line for the BBWs and really have just kind of paved the way for them in a sense to get in, because I'm sure 18 years ago it was like, okay, that's only this one standard look of model or industry girl. So what were the challenges you faced back then? And then I want to get into the BBW fashion show that you do at Exotica.
So I think the challenge back then was that BBWs get very comfortable remaining in this community of other BBWs. And for me, I stepped outside of that. I wasn't just going to work with BBWs. I wasn't just going to work with those who wanted to work with me. I took that initiative and was like, I'm going to do projects and work with people that don't announce that they work with BBWs, but I'm going to keep asking until someone says yes.
Yeah.
And I think that was definitely what set me apart from other people that were in the industry that were just doing whatever they had to for mainstream attention, or were doing things because they wanted awards. I wanted to do things that broke barriers, broke the walls, and took BBWs out of this special fetish box where we were being fetishized, and put us into a place where it's like, we are one of the top selling genres in porn. Why aren't we getting that type of attention? And it was because no one really had the balls, or no one really had the initiative, or didn't know how or what to do. And I didn't do it by myself. There was definitely some trailblazers like Carla Lane, April Flores, just to name a couple off the top of my head. But there were other BBWs that basically helped with this transition and made BBWs more of a common and recognized genre within the adult industry. So I did some good work, but like I said, I didn't do it alone.
Well, definitely good work. So how did you get into working with Exotica and then having the fashion show that you put on?
So that happened because BoobTube was at Exotica, and the vendor that was supposed to do the BBW fashion show in Miami ended up having to cancel at the last minute. So naturally they were like, hey, do you want to do the fashion show? And I was, heavy into buying all these Kixies and these thigh-high stockings, and just started selling them, like literally weeks before. I had just set up my website. And so they were like, hey, do you want to do the fashion show? And the irony is, I was the first one to put BBWs on the stage at Exotica years ago with a BBW fashion show. So it was kind of full circle. Like, okay. So I had 2 weeks to put it together and was like, let's do this. And now it's become a permanent part of the show, which I'm super excited about. And I enjoy meeting new faces or working with other models inside of the adult industry, and models that aren't in the adult industry that come to Exotica and want to get on the stage and show off these amazing stockings. And not only that, but just being able to experience being on stage and that high energy. And it's very invigorating to get up there and be like, I am a BBW, but you're not going to set me aside or put me in a box. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to show you I can shine bright and do great things just like anyone else. So for me, it's been a very empowering position to be able to say, I want you to come on stage with me and experience this with all these other beautiful BBWs.
Yeah, okay, that has to be super fun. I need to get out to the Exoticas this year. I want to go to at least 2 of them. I know there's 4, but I definitely need to make my rounds with that. They look so much fun.
We have a blast. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone talks about the financial aspect of it, and I'm like, listen, these are 4 vacations for me, even though 2 of them are very close. I love Chicago and Miami. Miami is Miami. So, and Miami's cool because you'll be at the pool at the hotel, and like the iguanas will just be like walking around in their natural habitat. To me, that's super dope. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay, Iggy.
So outside of the adult industry, what's your personal life like?
Pretty boring. I think adult has been majority of my hobbies. I mean, I'm working all the time. So when I'm not working, I'm usually doing something that is assisting my business, like trying to find items to throw in. Like right now I'm out shopping for items to throw in my bag. So when someone buys stockings, I put little free goodies in there and like,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
silly things like that. But yeah, I'm pretty much working all the time. Personal life is Netflix.
Yeah, you
Watching
don't.
TV for BoobTube.
So are there any collabs you want to make this year that you haven't made, or do you feel like you've worked with people that you want to work with, or is that not your focus right
I want
now?
to work with everyone. Like I personally, anybody that's on my radar, I can't. I'm not like as involved in who is the who of the business right now.
Mhm.
Um, because I've been so focused on the stockings, majority of my clients or majority of the customers that I've experienced haven't even been in the adult industry. And so the who is the who of the industry really hasn't been on my radar, but I'm always open for collabs. So if you are interested, if you're going to be in the Baltimore, Maryland area, hit me up and shoot me a message and let me know when you're going to be out here and we could probably collab. I have a studio space out here. I also do photography and videography.
Oh,
So
okay,
if you
you
want to
do it
be,
all.
I do it all. There is nothing that well, let me rephrase that. There isn't a lot that I don't do. So I'm very self-sufficient. If I don't know how to do it, I'll figure it out. That's just how I've always been. But and if you're gonna be at one of the shows like Exotica, hit me up and maybe we can work on collabing while we're both in the same city.
Okay, yeah, that would be what's up. So, you know how now everything, I think it's a big deal to cross promote with other people. So it's quite easy to find people to cross promote these days because we have things like Instagram or Twitter. You can find other girls or other talent that, they could share, you could share them, vice versa. You can grow your audience. How was it 10 years ago before all this wave came? How did you grow your fan base?
There was a site, I don't even really remember, to be honest. This is a
It
good
was so
question.
long ago.
It was so long ago, and social media I think social media became very prevalent like 2009, 2010, because that's when
Mhm.
I remember getting Twitter.
Okay.
Before that, there was this site called rude.com, and Rude was like kind of like the Facebook of the adult, not even just the adult industry, but like people that were, you know, freaks personally as well
Like
as,
kinks and fetish stuff?
yeah. So there was that. There was FetLife. And I was on a show called BBW Radio, so I met a lot of girls through BBW Radio, and I guess it was just kind of like who you knew. And back
Mhm.
then you emailed, like when you were interested in a certain, like if you wanted to work with a certain company or if you wanted to work with a certain girl, somehow there was a lot of forums back then.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just different. Now it's social media. You just DM someone and like, hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? Or what's up, guy? And let's get together. It's so much easier.
Let's make some content together.
Let's
Let's
make
cross
some
them out.
content together.
Want to S
Yeah,
for us?
for sure.
Okay, so is there anything that you want to promote or shout out on the podcast?
Um, what do I want to promote? iHeartBBW.com. So I'm revising and revitalizing an old project, and it's basically going to be everything BBW.
Okay.
So if you're looking to get promo, we're going to have a top list because I spent, well, iHeartBBW.com actually sponsors the fashion show. And so there's
Okay.
going to be like real inexpensive promo ops there. And we're going to start doing model of the week, model of the month, and giving a lot of different, and not just BBW adult entertainers, but BBWs across the, and different like gaming and
Okay. Okay.
dancers and burlesque and like people that don't necessarily qualify as like porn stars or
Mm,
OnlyFans girls. I want to give them some attention as well, because I mean, I feel like BBW is more than just a genre within porn.
yeah,
So
for sure.
iHeartBBW.com. Other than that, I mean, it's my BoobTube on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, randomly on cams. My OnlyFans is popping. Oh,
Yeah.
my birthday's coming up. I'm going
When's
to
your
be
birthday?
47. 47, y'all.
When's your birthday?
February 1st. I'm an Aquarius.
Okay. I can definitely see Aquarius vibes.
Yeah.
I'm really big
Why?
into
Why do you see Aquarius vibes? What made you think that I was Aquarius?
Okay, so Aquarius is when they don't really know someone or don't really know what to expect. Y'all all guys and girls have this resting bitch face. So it's not that you're coming across weird, but you're just like, okay, you're trying to understand. So at towards the beginning it was like that, but now it's just like, okay, it's all good, laughing and joking and stuff. But it takes an Aquarius a second to kind of just
Aquariuses are very much observers. And so before some signs automatically just like are like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take you at face value and you're cool until you tell me you're not cool. Aquariuses are not quite like that. Aquariuses will definitely like check your vibe. We're looking at your body language. We're, kind of seeing how you maneuver. And then once we've reached that level of comfort, or once we've determined exactly like where you stand, then that's how we, transition into whatever, role we play in this dynamic. So yeah, I definitely couldn't see the resting bitch face until I've determined, where am I at in this situation?
Yeah, for sure.
Am I the prey or the predator? Like,
yeah, but once you figure that out, it's like it's all good after that.
yeah. Sometimes it just takes a few minutes, and for a lot of people, it's very off-putting. They just, the thing about it is people just expect other people to always be happy, always be positive, always be kind and friendly. And sometimes you have to have that, like, if you fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a really nice person, but you come at me with them horns and prepare to be swung.
Oh yeah, that that is definitely an Aquarius.
Kindly spoken, respectfully.
But I think I don't meet very many Aquarius friends, but I do get along with them. I think I'm a Sagittarius, so
yeah, we're very much what you see is what you get. I may not expose my hand, but I'm definitely, if there's something that I need, that I feel is important that we need to talk about, you're gonna pretty much know where you stand with an Aquarius.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Well, thank you for coming on Doobies to Dollars. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
You do the same.
Okay.
Bye.